All right. So, hey, Marty. So this is number three in our little workout series. So we got again. This is number three of three. We're gonna have you start off with. You're gonna do cleans in this one. 5 cleans. You're gonna do deadlifts, and with your deadlift, I want to give you two options. I would almost say maybe let's just for variety, just for the sheer sake of variety, let's have you go back to the double bell deadlifts that we've done in the past. It's going to be light for you, but that's okay. We're just kind of trying to maintain and just giving you a little something, some kind of workout. You can also, because of it's a circuit style training, you may not be challenging those muscles as intensely as you do with the barbell deadlift. However, you're going to recover faster, and then you're just going right to that next exercise. And just allowing your breathing to normalize in between exercises. But if you want, you can set up your barbell. I would stick with 135. I would stick with the plates, with the bar on your platforms, a plate on each side, and keep it at that, and keep it with a set of 10. But we're also going to do, let's see, so we got your cleans, we got your deadlift, we've got you're going to do either push-ups, your choice, either push-ups or your kettlebell bench press. And again, with the kettlebell bench press, if you choose to do the 40, I would do a little warm-up set with a 30, maybe before you start the circuit. The other option is maybe you do it, you go for the 30s for a set of 10 to 12 to 15, and then maybe you do your 40s for like 8 to 10, 10 to 12. So that's always an option. You can kind of work the warm up into your first round, if that makes sense. Then we got your TRX single arm row, right? That single arm row to rotation. And then your core exercise for this one is your reverse crunch, right? Real simple. Again, all stuff that you've done. We're going to start off with these cleans. I would do a warm up set with your 30s, 40s, and then you're ready to go with your 50s. Right? The 30s are going to be ridiculously light. 40s are going to feel pretty good. 50s are nice and jarring, but that's where we want you, right? We want you at those 50s. We're going to stick with 5. Just as a review, 1 foot distance away from the bell, hinge, right? That double exhale. And so 5 cleans. Then Marty, either, like I said, you're again, let your breathing normalize, body recover. Your choice. You can set up your barbell if you want. You don't necessarily have to. You can stick with those same 50s and do like we've done in the past, right? Where we do that a more wide stance, sumo style, kettlebell deadlift. If that's just, and it's going to be light for you. But again, we're just trying to keep you going, keep the body moving. Sets of 8 to 10 really is about all you need to do. From there, your choice, we're going to either do your push-up, right? And again, my recommendation with this push-up, what's really cool is you've increased your push-up reps tremendously, and it's just really, really cool. I would say, we really, if anything, kind of play around with that control, optimizing that control. So here's how, we got your towel, that rolled up towel, right? We're going to make your plank position. Let's see if you can see. Okay. All right, make your plank position, right? Squeeze your glutes, engage your core, little tuck in the pelvis, push the floor away, start the inhale, feel the expansion, lower into position. You can even release. It can be a little more challenging in some respects, but it also can be take a little pressure off the shoulders. 10 to 12. 12 feels real easy. Take it to 15. But again, just think control first. Think, align ribs and hips, fire up the core, start the inhale, feel the expansion, lower into position, exhale, press away. You don't really want to sacrifice repetitions for control, right? Control and quality first. So man, you can either do your push up or we have your kettlebell press, right? Your kettlebell bench press. And again, what I would do if you're going to do the 30s, which is awesome, I would just do a warm up set with your 40s. Either do your 30s first, the first round for like 12 to 15, and then maybe we proceed next round. You do with your 40s for like a set of 8 to 10, and then maybe if you want on that third round, 40s for a set of a 10 to 12. Right? But just as a review, nothing new here. Right? We're just pressing through the floor, arching in the back, lifting through the chest. Start the inhale, feel the expansion. Lower in the position. Start the inhale, feel the expansion. Lower in the position. All right, man. So, moving on. The next thing we're going to do, Marty, is your single arm row. And that is nothing new, right? We just got this guy. Doubling up your handles. Just pulling that taut, just making sure you're nice and secure. And this is just this guy, right? You know, and I would keep it set to 10. If it feels real good, go for 15. The other option, and I think we've done this in the past, if we have, it's been a little bit, is you can, instead of the rotation, which is kind of a lot of fun and dynamic, you can actually do an anti-rotation. Core's nice and engaged, almost like you're making a fist here like you're doing a plank, and you're doing the same thing, but don't let the body rotate. The big thing here, start the inhale just a little bit before you lower. You may need to bring the feet a little bit further back with this one. Start the inhale just a little bit before you lower. And I would stick with sets of 8 to 10. With the rotor rotation, maybe go 10, 10 to 15 like we often do. Sometimes we'll do sets of 10. Sometimes I'll have you do sets of 15. I mean, either one. And it really, for you, it's kind of the same. All right, man. So the last thing we're doing in this series is your reverse crunch. And again, with your reverse crunch, we have you using that kettlebell for a little anchor. Right, use it. And just kicking, pulling in and kicking up. It's kind of hard to see me. But, this is, again, nothing new for you. The big thing here, Marty, that I think is important is, especially with low back, if anything kind of bothering your low back, a lot of times we'll drop the hips and you'll see the back will arch, right? This just puts a lot of wear on that low back. I would just say, just make sure, and I don't see you doing this, but, you're stopping really about right here. Pull them in, bring it up, and then back down to that kind of flat, neutral position. And here, we just have you doing them to fatigue. All right, man. Hey, listen, I hope this is helpful. I'll reach out if you have any questions, and I'll see you soon. Aloha.